Hey, welcome back to Hustle to Harmony. I'm your host, Johanna, and today we're diving into stage 5 of the Sacred Interruption, the new rhythm. If you've been following along in this journey, you've moved through performance, breakdown, rebellion, and divine mess. And now comes the real test. Can you maintain what you've learned when success starts to build again? Because what nobody talks about is that learning to rest is really hard, but learning to succeed sustainably is even harder. Stage 5 is where you've done the deep work of healing your relationship with burnout, you've processed the emotions, you've set boundaries, and now things are starting to work again. Your business is growing, opportunities are coming, people actually want to work with you. And instead of feeling pure excitement, you feel pure terror. What if I slip back into old patterns? What if success means I have to go back to working 80-hour weeks? What if I can't handle growth without burning out again? The fear makes perfect sense. Your nervous system remembers what happened the last time you experienced rapid growth. It remembers the overwhelm, the exhaustion, the loss of yourself in the process. But there's something that's different now. You have tools you didn't have before. You have awareness you didn't have before. And most importantly, you have a new definition of what success actually means. In the performance era, success meant new clients, more revenue, more recognition, regardless of the cost of your well-being. In stage 5, success means growth that enhances your life rather than consuming it. So some old success metrics were probably how many hours you worked, how much you could handle, how quickly you responded to everything, how much you sacrificed for the business. But your new success metrics are how sustainable your growth feels, how present you are in your relationships, how much energy you have at the end of the day, how aligned your business is with your values and your rhythms. That shift in metrics is not because we lowered our standards. It's because you raised them. It's about refusing to accept growth that requires you to abandon yourself. The entrepreneurs who scale sustainably are not the ones working the most hours. They're the ones who've learned to work in harmony with their natural rhythms and their energy cycles. Stage 5 is about installing what I call the 4 pillars of sustainable scaling. These are not just business systems. They're holistic life systems that support your entire being as you grow. Pillar 1 is time sovereignty. This is way beyond time management. Time sovereignty means that you get to decide how you spend your time based on your values, your energy, and your life goals, not just on what seems urgent or what other people want from you. In practice, it's you protecting your peak energy hours for your most important work. Building buffer time into your schedule so you're not rushing from one thing to the next. Having very clear start and stop times for work that you actually honor. And saying no to opportunities that don't align with where you're going, even if they seem good. Pillar 2 is the energy architecture. You've learned to track your energy. You know now that you need to architect your life and business around it. This means designing systems that work with your natural rhythms instead of against them. That might include batching similar activities together so you're not constantly context switching. Having different types of days for different types of work, like creation days versus admin days versus relationship days. Or building in recovery time after intense periods instead of just pushing through to the next thing. Or creating environments that support your nervous system rather than overstimulating it. Pillar 3 is strategic delegation. We're not just hiring people to hire people, but we are creating systems that allow other people to succeed in supporting you. You've moved beyond this hero complex, but now you need to become a leader who can develop other people's capabilities. Strategic delegation includes clear processes and standards so people know what success looks like. Regular check-ins that prevent problems instead of just fixing them after they happen. Training people to think strategically, not just execute a task. And creating feedback loops so that the whole system gets better over time. Pillar 4 is self-regulation mastery. You have learned to feel your emotions without drowning in them, but now you need to maintain that regulation when external pressure increases. This is about having tools that work in real time, in real business situations. Self-regulation mastery looks like being able to sense when you're moving toward overwhelm and course correct before you get there. Having practices that genuinely restore you, not just distract you. Knowing the difference between challenge that grows you and stress that depletes you. And being able to stay connected to your values and your boundaries even when things get intense. Here's something super critical to understand about stage 5. Growth is not linear, and neither is your ability to maintain these new patterns. You're going to spiral up, meaning you'll revisit some old patterns, but from a higher level of awareness. You might find yourself saying yes to a lot of things again, but now you notice it within days instead of months. You might slip into perfectionist mode, especially when you hire, but now you catch yourself and you course correct instead of living there permanently. This is how integration works. Each time you spiral up, you get better at recognizing your pattern and faster at returning to your new rhythm. The goal isn't to never ever struggle again, but it's to struggle consciously with tools and for shorter periods of time. Because it's business. You're an entrepreneur. It's going to happen. Stage 5 is essentially one long integration test. Life and business will present you with situations that could trigger your old patterns, and you get to practice choosing differently. Maybe someone offers you a big opportunity that requires you to abandon your boundaries. Or a client becomes demanding in ways that used to make you overfunction. Or your business grows faster than expected and you feel the old urge to handle everything yourself. We're not avoiding these problems. This is an opportunity to practice your new way of being. And it's a beautiful one. One of the biggest markers of stage 5 success is that your relationships get stronger as your business grows and not weaker. In the performance era, business growth often meant relationship sacrifice. You miss dinners, you canceled plans, you're physically present but emotionally unavailable because you're always thinking about work. In stage 5, your business is a vehicle for deeper connection rather than an obstacle to it. You have energy left over for the people that you care about. You can be fully present when you're with them. You can celebrate your wins without immediately moving on to the next goal. None of this happens automatically. It requires intention and systems. But when you design your business to support your relationships rather than compete with them, both your business and your relationships are going to thrive. Stage 5 requires a fundamental shift in how you think about ambition itself. Instead of ambition that says more, faster, at any cost, you develop what I call sustainable ambition. Growth that enhances rather than consumes. You can still want big things. You can still work hard. You can still build something significant. But you do it in a way that makes you more you, not less. Stage 5 is where you discover that sustainable success is actually more effective than the old way of doing things. When you're not burnt out, you make better decisions. When you're not overwhelmed, you see opportunities more clearly. When you're not running on empty, you have the energy for creativity and innovation. The new rhythm isn't about working less. It's about working on alignment with who you actually are and what you actually want your life to look like. So if you're in stage 5, or if you're working towards it, remember that this is a practice, not your final destination. You're building a new way of being that will serve you for the rest of your life and career. The goal is not perfection. The goal is progress. The goal is a rhythm that honors both your ambition and your humanity. And when you find that rhythm, everything's going to change. Your business will grow, your relationships will deepen, and you'll finally get to enjoy the success that you worked so hard to create. I hope you enjoyed the Sacred Interruption series. If you want to know more about working together, all the links are in the show notes. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment, and I'll see you next week.